Shalom, shalom, Yasharallah. Shalom. Giving all honor and glory to Abba Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, Amashiach, Barakathai, the Hawada for the Rakak Wadash, the Hawada for our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Yaquab, the Hawada for his truth, the Hawada for the house of King David, the third temple that's being built here in the daughter of Babylon, and where we've been scattered in the four corners, the four winds, and the earth, amongst every nation, the Hawada of Yahweh for King David, who will rule well under Yahweh Shah Mashiach, the 12 apostles, the 144,000, the government body of Yasharallah, the Hawada for the Akim that's out in the highways and the byways, presenting their body a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto Abba Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai of Mashiach Barakathai. The Hawada for the Akim, once again, the men of David, the Yaiquad, the children of Yasharallah Barakathai Shalom. A meek servant, read along. You gotta be humble. You gotta be meek in this truth, Yasharallah. You gotta be humble. You gotta be meek in this truth. You gotta be humble. You gotta be meek in this truth, Yasharallah. Israel, you gotta be humble. You gotta be meek in this truth. You gotta get this truth. We here. We here, Yasharallah. We here. You gotta get this truth. You gotta repent and be therefore converted. Turn back to Abba Yahweh. Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai Mashiach Barakathai. The Hawada for the Rakak Wadash. This truth, get this truth. That living water, this tree of life. This tree of life. The words of Abba Yahweh, the great king that's on the throne, and his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai, who sit at the right hand of the throne, who is our chief shepherd, our chief cornerstone, Yahweh Shai, the great deliverer, the great redeemer. These lessons is only for the house of David. You gotta be part of the house of King David, the third temple, the 1/3 of Yasharallah, and the 144,000, the 1/3 of Yasharallah. 2 parts gonna be cut off and die. 2 parts of the Hebrew Israelites gonna be cut off and die. Burn you, burn you, burn you with fire. World War III, nuclear missiles, continental ballistic missiles. Burn you. That lake of fire and brimstone, hearing the daughter of Babylon, spiritual Egypt, Sodom and Gomorrah, that lake. You gonna catch that lake, Yasharallah. Don't let pride do it to you. Don't walk in great pride. Don't let that pride do it to you. You gotta be humble and meek in this truth. You gotta submit and resist the devil. James 4:7. Submit and resist the devil. Resist Esau. Resist the deceiver. Resist religion. Resist fornication and adultery and murder. Resist Yasharallah. This could be your final warning. We give all honor and glory to Abba Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Mashiach Baruch Thai. I'm going to read out of the book of Esdras, 2nd Esdras chapter 8, partial of it, and partial of 2nd Esdras chapter 9, partial. Okay, I'm just reading. You more than welcome to read alone. Blessed is he or she that read it. Blessed is he or she that read it. This is a meek servant. Read along. Let's see where I want to go. I'm going to start off, let's see, in the book of 2nd Esdras chapter 8 and verse 48. And this also thou art marvelous before the Most High, and that thou hast humbled thyself as it becometh thee, and hast not judged thyself worthy to be much glorified among the righteous. For many great miseries shall be done to them. You see a lot of these false Hebrew Israelite camps, IUIC, AOI, IUSPK, Sakari, One Body. You got a lot of these camps, man. And I'll be calling out more names as I keep doing these lessons through the Rakak Kodash. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. You church folks, with your idol religion. But understand thou for thyself, and seek out the glory for such as be like thee. For unto you is paradise. Opening the tree of life is planted. The time to come is prepared. Plenteous is made ready. A city. And the city is talking about the New Jerusalem. That new Jerusalem, that new heaven, that new earth, after the blast of World War III and the return of Yahweh Shai and the chariots and the clouds, shooting fire and brimstone upon this place. A city is the city of Yashalom, the house of King David, the third tabernacle that's being built. And rest is allowed, yea, perfect goodness and wisdom. The root of evil is sealed up. Talking about Esau, Edom, Amalek, the Ish people, the synagogue of Satan, Revelation 2:9. You heathens, and 2/3 of you Israelites. The root of evil is sealed up from you. You see, weakness and the mot is hid from you, and corruption is fled into hell to be forgotten. Sorrows are past, and in the end it showed the treasure of immortality. Okay. At the end it showed, cause we at the end of this thing, right? Second Esdras chapter 6 and verse 8. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau being the so-called white race, were born, Jacob being you so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Indians with Indian, Taino, Negro descent by the pedigree, by the seed of your fathers, Numbers 118, were born of him. Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. You see, Atah Shaw, Asashua, waste away. See, you see, because Esau, he's wasting away. The nation of Edom is wasting away. He have no melanin, no pigmentation, unless he's a tear. Okay, unless he's a tear, a brown Edomite. That's gonna be another lesson for another day. That's why I'm putting that out there in the spirit. Because Esau have no melanin unless he's a tear. Because I'm seeing Edomites in these camps, straight up Edomites. Idumea, Asashawa, Atah Ashar, the border of wickedness. He then made his way in these camps with the fringes and ribbon of blue and the book of the law. But he's still gonna be the end of the world, the end of an eon, the end of a rulership, the end of this heaven, this earth, the end of a society. Can't escape it. For Esau is the end of the world. You see? So that word world in the Greek go into the word eon or cosmos in the Hebrew. It go into the word aratazah. It means the end of a society, end of a class of people. This is the end. This is it. And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Meaning we got next. Let's go to the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 50. I'm just reading once again. I'm just reading Yasharallah. I'm just reading. Be aware of these false prophets. Be humble. Be meek. Be humble, Yasharallah. Be meek. Be humble. Be meek. And be aware of Satan's devices. 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 50. Now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of the Elohim Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, neither do it corruption inherit incorruption. Behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep. You see, the 1/3 and 144,000 ain't gonna sleep. Ain't gonna sleep. But we shall also be changed in what? In a moment, in a twinkling of an eye. At the last trump, you see, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. For this corruptible must put on incorruption. These old fleshly bodies ain't gonna make it on the chariots, right, Yasharella? That's why you gotta be humble and be meek. The Most High said, Matthew 5:5, the meek shall inherit the earth. Because you got to be in this race, you got to be in this marathon, and you got to continue to run it, Yasharala. He or she that endured to the end, the same shall be saved. Right? For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality. So when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory, and death is Esau Edom. You see, oh, the Esau Edom. Let's go back to the book of Second Esdras, and let's continue to read along, Yasharala. Let's continue to read along. Second Esdras 8:54. Sorrows are past, and in the end it showed the treasure of immortality. We just read that, what it's going to look like. You want to be beamed up in the chariot, Yasharala, where you got to endure this race to the end. Because we got all hell finna break loose. We got Jacob's trouble. We got a digital Karax, a Karagma, a digital CHIP. You got sedition among men. You got martial law, civil unrest. You got the guillotines and these FEMA concentration camps. Whatever you want to call it, Yashua, is going down, right? So you got to stay in this marathon. You got to stay humble. You got to stay meek. Humble, meek. And therefore ask thou no more questions concerning the multitude of them that perish. This is Esdras, or who you might call Ezra. Okay, same prophet, same man. You got the Greek way of saying it, right? Esdras. All right. For when they had taken liberty, they despised the Most High. You see, our people, while they yet had liberty, right? They despising this truth, man. Our people don't want to have no Hebrew Israelite conversation in sincerity and in truth. They don't want to acknowledge being an Israelite. They don't want to acknowledge Abraham, Isaac, and Yaakov, Jacob. They don't want to acknowledge Yahweh Shai, Abba Yahweh, the great king, only begotten son. They want to acknowledge Jesus Christ, a so-called white man, Cesar Borgia. They don't want to acknowledge Yahweh Shai Mashiach, a so-called black man, the great deliverer, the great redeemer. They don't want to acknowledge Abba Yahweh. He is, he exists, he is to be, who also is a so-called black man. See, they don't want to acknowledge the God of the Bible, Israel. Our people want to acknowledge voting for Trump. You see, vote, vote, vote. Cry, cry, and complain about this one and that one. They don't want to turn to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah Mashiach. They're not intrigued with the truth. They're not intrigued with the law, statutes, commandments, and judgments and testimonies. Okay? The Most High said, for when they had taken liberty, They despise the Most High. Our people despise the Most High. They despise Abba Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, right? Thought to scorn of his law, you see, and forsook his ways. Because we know our people say the law can't, what profit is it to serve the Most High? That's how our people feel. 2/3 of the Hebrew Israelites, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans were Indian, Taino, Negroes, and where we've been scattered in the four quarters of the earth. Y'all don't believe it's no profit in serving Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah Mashiach, right? Malachi 3:14. Ye have said it is vain to serve Yahweh. You see? That's what that's what 2/3 of you wicked Israelite. That's how you feel. That's how you feel. That's how you think. And what profit is it? You see, what profit it is to deal with the Bible? What profit is it to keep the law, statutes, commandments, and judgments? What profit is it to serve the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob? You see? What profit is it being a Hebrew Israelite? See, that's how wicked Israelite think and feel. We have kept his ordinance, and that we have walked mournfully before the Elohim of hosts. And now we call the proud happy, you see? See, they call Esau happy. They want to be like Esau. See, they want to be happy like the so-called white man and these other races. And when the Most High say in Proverbs 3:31, envy thou not thy oppressor, roughly paraphrase, and choose none of his ways. You see, the Most High say, don't envy Esau. Don't envy the so-called white people. Don't envy them, Israel. What's hard about that? And now we call the proud happy. Yea, they that work wickedness are set up. You see? So our people want to be set up. They want to be celebrities, movie stars, boulets and masons, rappers and R&B singers. You know, twerkers, false prophets. You see, that's what's going on. Yea, they that tempt Yahweh are even delivered. They're going to be delivered to their judgment, to death and destruction, because our people have chosen death rather than life. And death shall be chosen, you see, rather than life. Our people choose death. They choose to break the law, statutes, commandments, and judgment than to keep the law, statutes, commandments, and judgment. You see, our people chose to serve Esau, these pharaohs, and these heathens, than to serve Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah Mashiach. They rather choose death to be twerkers and whores and sluts and homosexuals, alphabets. They rather choose to be an alphabet than life. By all the residue of them that remain of this evil family. This is an evil family. That 2/3 club is an evil family. They are family. The Most High called 2/3 of the Hebrew Israelite a family, an evil family, which remain in all the places where I have driven them, because Israel been scattered in the four corners of the four winds of the earth, right? Amongst every nation. Every way he drove Israelite because of the breaking of the law, because of the transgression of the law, because of idolatry, because of serving the gods of Baal and Molech. Because they did that, he scattered them, and then they still choose to serve these same guys on the other side of Egypt. You see, ain't no changing in them. Said the Elohim Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah Mashiach of hosts. So that's what's going on, Yasharala. That's what's going on. What you say? It's all in the book. For when they have taken liberty, they despise the Most High. That's how you despise them, by choosing death rather than life. Thought scorn of his law and forsook his ways, you see. Moreover, they have trodden down his righteous and said in their heart and their mind that there is no God. You see, the fool that say in his heart is no God, you see. They'll tell you that in the book of Psalms. See, didn't King David say that? You got Ezra saying the same thing. Because only a fool would say that, right? Yeah, and that knowing they must die. And you gonna die, Israel. Who wrote the book? The book ain't real. The white man wrote the Bible. You ain't gonna make it. Keep scorning and gainsaying. You're not, you chose that. You must die. And say in their heart that there is no God. Yea, and that knowing that must die. See, when you think like that, you got to go to Most High say. For as the things aforesaid shall receive you, so thirst and pain are prepared for them. You see what the Most High, he going to starve you out. When all hell break loose in the daughter of Babylon, you're going to die of starvation, you're going to die of thirst. You're going to die a horrible death. There be spirits that's created for vengeance, right? Famine and pestilence. That's some spirits created for vengeance. You see? For as the things aforesaid shall receive, you so thirst, because you're not obeying your thirst, Israel. You're not keeping the law, such commandments, and judgment. You're not obeying your thirst, that living waters. Because you see, that's that living waters, right? So you thirsty. You gonna die, thirst spiritually and physically, quarterly. You ain't gonna make it. And prepare for them, for it was not his will that men should come to naught. But they which be created have defiled the name. You see? They defiled the name, calling on Jesus, calling on Christ, calling on Yah, calling on Yeshua, Yahweh, Yah. Yah ain't gonna do it for you. You see? And they have perverted the gospel, which is the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, of him that made them, and were unthinkable unto him which prepared life for them. See, the Most High prepared life by giving us the law, statutes, commandments, and judgments, right? You see? That's how you got life, Israel. The law give you life, Israel. The Most High give it to us. You don't want it, right? For he established a testimony in Jacob and appointed a law in Israel. What the Most High did, for he established. That's life. That's life. That's life. For he established a testimony in Jacob, in Yaquab, Israel, right? And appointed a law in Yasharallah, which he commanded our fathers that they should make them known to their children. Our people, Eve ain't making the law known to her children. Eve showing her daughter how to twerk on TikTok. Showing the little girl how to twerk, how to rap that nasty rap. You see? That's what's going on. You got these Jakes showing their son how to be no good, how to be a bum, a alphabet, a D-boy, a gangster, a wankster, a prankster. You see? That's what's going on, Israel. That the generation to come might know them. You see, even the children which should be born, you see, who should arise and declare them to their children. Keep it going, right? That they might set their hope in Yahweh, because hope is faith. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, right? Hebrews 11:1. And not forget the works of the Elohim Yahweh, but keep his commandments. You see? That's how you get the life, Israel. That's how you get it. That's how you get that life. This is the book of the commandments of Yahweh and the law that endure forever. All they that keep it shall come to life. Life. This is life. But such as leave it shall die. You ain't gonna make it. You're not gonna make it. See, our people have chosen debt rather than life. They have chose debt rather than life. But they which be created have defiled the name of him that made them, and were unthankful unto him which prepared life for them. And therefore is my judgment now at hand. You see, it's judgment time, Yasharallah. His judgment is at hand. What you gonna do? You gonna repent and be therefore converted? Put the blunt down, put the smokes down, the stogies, put the adultery down, put the stealing down, the shoplifting down, put the fornication down, put the alphabet lifestyle down, put the hatred down. You see, put the abominable meats down, the pork chops down, the crabs, the shrimps, the oysters, the clams, the mussels, the unclean meats. Put the jeans off if you a woman. Take them damn jeans off. You see, put on a goddamn dress, Eve. Cover your head. Jake, take the dress off, Jake. Get rid of the purse, the man bag, you see. Let your beard grow out, you see. Keep the Shabbat, right? Keep the high holidays to the best of your ability, Israel. Rehearse these righteous acts here in the daughter of Babylon, right? These things have not shown unto all men, you see, but unto thee showed it to Israel. We just read that, Psalm 785. And a few like thee, then answered I and said, Behold, Salakia, behold, O Elohim, Yahweh Bashem Shad, now hast thou showed me the multitude of the wonders which thou wilt begin to do in the last time. But at what time thou hast not showed me. He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself. Our people not doing that. They getting turned the hell on up. Worried about election time. Worried about tax time. So they can be more wicked with some money in their pocket. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shall I understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. That's why you're seeing so much corruption. That's why you see war. You hearing about war, you seeing war. You hearing about earthquake, you seeing earthquake. You hearing about blizzards, you feeling blizzards. You see, the love of men is waxing cold. A lot of bleaking going on. A lot of people getting deletion. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people, and that's what we seeing on a small scale, it's going to increase. The borders is wide the hell open in the world. Then shall thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee. You see, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world had a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. Esau, Edom, end is manifest. The so-called white man rulership on the earth is at an end, Israel. The so-called Chinese man, the so-called Arabic man, the so-called Japanese man, the so-called African man. All these 17 nations, along with you, two-thirds of Israel, is coming to an end. E-N-D. It's manifest. Even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works and endings and effects and signs. I hope this meek servant read along was edification and exaltation. Let it be known if you get edified, let it be known. If the Most High is blessing you, Abba Yahweh Shai, through the meek servant, I know that this YouTube channel is heavy shadow banned, and I will, through the spirit of Rakakwadash, through the spirit, if it's Yahweh Shai will, get another account. Okay? Let it be known, Yasharallah, it's time to repent and be therefore converted. Turn to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah Masha Barakatah, for the time is at hand. Shalom.